nice food I can see.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we are live right on the Kingdoms podcast in collaboration with the African fighters. Make welcome, fighting out of Harare, Zimbabwe, Themba,
Not
the
Harare, I'm from
Asa Gorimbo, the
He is not
Cinderella
from
man.
Harare. He is not
I'm,
from
I'm
Harare.
from Mashingo, Baba.
You're from where? Mashigo. Okay,
I'm
just
from
fighting out of
Mashingo.
Zimbabwe.
Don't put me
Fighting.
down.
I'm not putting you down. I'm putting you up, man. You told
Well,
when I reached out to you, you said Harare time. You told me three. You told me 5 p.m. Harare time, and that's what I'm working with Themba. So
I
All
have a
right.
you're
question.
welcome.
I have a question with
Yes, sir.
regards to the geography of Zimbabwe. Is there a derby or a bit of a rivalry between Mashingo people and the Harare people?
Um, there's not really nothing like that. I just think like most people that become very I don't know how to say it because I don't like to put.
Successful, popular,
Yeah,
successful.
yeah, yeah. Most of them in this country are from Mashingo. I don't know
Oh,
what it is. Maybe it's the water that we drink.
yeah. Or the
Your
grace.
warrior clan.
There is grace with your people.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Exactly, exactly. Speaking of grace, right? I was telling Jibril recently that something I really, really love and appreciate about Themba is the grace of God upon your life, right? You know, when you have grace upon your life, you get to say things and people probably might doubt you. People
What's
might
up?
see. Oh, I said when you say things, right?
He's
You've
cutting
always
this
said,
man.
can
His
you hear me,
Wi-Fi is
Themba?
terrible.
No, my Wi-Fi is not terrible,
He's talking
Themba.
about his Wi-Fi. He's at the airport.
Okay, oh, okay,
No, my
your
Wi-Fi is
Wi-Fi.
fine.
Oh, oh, his Wi-Fi is
Wow.
fine. So I misread it. So
Okay.
Demola, go ahead quickly. Go ahead.
Okay, I
Time no
said I
be.
was talking about Themba, right? Something I really resonate with you in your life is the grace of God upon your life, right? Yeah. So when you say things, right, and they get to happen, right, people will probably doubt you at first, but then when they see these things manifesting, they just realize that you're not an ordinary person. But then there is God, that His grace is upon your life. So keep it going, man. God bless you,
Yeah,
and
thank you, my
yeah,
brother.
keep it
Thank you,
up.
man. Yeah, I just keep on working hard, being myself. That's it.
Yeah, yeah, brother. So congratulations on your recent win over Pete Rodriguez, right? You said it and you did it. Like how did you feel? First round KO.
Oh, it felt like it has already happened. That's why I didn't really. I had to like pull the celebration out. But I walk into the cage knowing exactly the result. Even if it's
Hmm.
bad result, I know exactly what's gonna happen. So it's either sometimes I have to fight it, and sometimes I just have to go in there and do my job. So I don't know. It's a gift that I have. I kind of like know the result before I go in there. That's why I told the guys I'm gonna knock this guy out in the first round. And they were all DC and Laura Sango. Laura Sango believed it because I have interacted with her at a personal level. She's like a sister to me because you know what? She's one of those people that literally like how do I say it? She was very nice to me after I lost my first fight in the UFC. And it's one of those things where from straight away you realize, okay, this person is actually a very nice person. They want you to do well. So I think she believed it that I was going to knock the guy out. But the other people, they were like, maybe I'm faking it so that I can rest. But like I kind of knew that I was going to knock the guy out long before it was done.
So
Hmm.
Temba, initially you were supposed to fight Crosby, which obviously you've made it popular that you don't like him. Did you also manifest the same first round knockout with Crosby?
The knockout was meant for Crosby. Um, and how he pulled out is so I kind of like spoke it into existence that he was gonna pull out because I was working with my conditioning coach before I went to Vegas for UFC 296 to watch the UFC and for the sports awards. And when Vincente Luque pulled out, I think it's end game when he pulled out and I was about to fight the following day. I told my conditioning coach that I want to step in and fight Vincente Luque, and he didn't hear it properly because he heard that someone pulled out. And then when I came back from, I mean, when I was about to go to Vegas, someone in the gym there, in the conditioning gym there, he went and told everybody that Themba's opponent pulled out. And then I was so angry with him because I said to him, don't ever say something like that because whatever you say is going to happen. Now I'm worried about my opponent. He might even pull out. And straight away, a week after that, he was pulling out from the fight, which is something that, like I was, when I spoke about it, and I was mad at myself because I should have told him exactly that it's not, because it does not really do like the following of MMA what's happening. So he didn't know I was talking about Ian Gary pulling out and me stepping in to fight Vincente Luque, which I was trying to tell him. And but I knew I was not gonna get it because my manager was never gonna allow me to do that. He already had told me that you're not fighting, you're not fighting any of these guys for this. We have to fight someone who is 2 fights in and or 1 fight in who's at our level at least in terms of where they are in the UFC. I know you can become a champion, I know you can beat anyone, but we have to be smart and fight the guys who are around the paycheck. So yeah, I was kind of mad because I spoke that Keeper Crosby pulling out of the fight into existence, like indirectly. And I was so mad at my conditioning coach. If you ask him, he will tell you I made a scene out of it because I knew exactly. I I knew that damn, it's done, he's going, and I wanted him only.
Okay.
Oh, wow,
Um.
interesting. I think, yeah, we did have a conversation about that, the whole pull-out thing. I know you remember, and then you said, I said Mystic Mamba, you spoke it into existence, right? Interesting. But then I feel for me, on my own side, being a business guy, I feel like that was like good management from your manager's side, right? Getting it step by step, and of course, it will help your money game as well, because if you're stepping up to those guys, right, and you're being paid like what you've been paid currently, it's not like a fair deal for you. And of course, you have time to, yeah, mature into the rankings. Jabril, you wanted to ask a question.
No, no, no. You go ahead, please. Just go through your
uh,
questions, please.
okay. So basically, DC was asking you, how did you feel? You said it and you did it, right? But then, like, for me, it's about what gave you that high level of confidence.
My brother, if you know the amount of work I put in, like before I work hard, before I left to go to America, I was working hard already. But the amount of work that I put in, I don't think there's anyone in the UFC that works as hard as I do. I truly believe this. I
Hmm.
don't think there's anyone in the UFC that work as hard as I do. Even the champions, I don't think so because I do my research on everybody. The top
Hmm.
guys, I know. I know. No one works as hard as I do. I'm the hardest worker in the UFC. I believe this. So, like, now that the thing that was lacking when I was back here in Africa was the training partners that were at my level and bigger than me. So now I have that. My confidence just grows and grows, because I'm training with guys that are bigger than me and, my level and some even better than me. And that gives you confidence because you know how much work you put already and you're training with the right people. And I have coaches now. Before I used to kind of like try to maneuver things by myself. I'll go to a jiu-jitsu gym, to a jiu-jitsu coach, striking coach, um, like different coaches, like then I put the puzzle together. But now I literally like I still go to a boxing gym to box, but I box MMA boxing, and that's the fortunate thing I have now. Like the guys in America, they are in MMA. They're gonna do MMA related stuff, and I'm not taking away from the other people because I know the other people will try to jump on the bandwagon and be like, "Oh, what are you saying about us?" But the realistic thing is, it is what it is. I am now a better fighter in terms of everything, even my eating, my nutrition, everything that I do. Like literally now, when I'm in Zimbabwe, I'm drinking Coca-Cola every day because I know once I leave here, my coach won't allow me to drink Coca-Cola. My coach won't allow me to. I won't not even allow me. I can't even drink those things. Coca-Cola, eat pizza. I don't even eat junk. I'm eating like the UFC meals every single day when I'm there, and they are all healthy meals. I do everything right. That's why I'm confident enough that I'm going to become the UFC welterweight champion this year. It does not look like it to everybody, but I'm going to become the UFC welterweight champion this year.
Yeah, I agree because I saw in your last fight physically you looked the best shape I've ever seen you in, and obviously that translated into your performance. So I would say whatever you are doing is working. But I'm going to soften this conversation a bit, okay? Because today is a very important day for us Nigerians. It's the AFCON final, right? And we
Whoa,
posted
we're
we
not
posted a
my people.
we posted about it on our page, and Themba in our comments says Ivory Coast will win by distraction.
They would.
So
I mean,
I
Themba,
want to
why
look.
are
I
you
want to
doing
look.
this to your Nigerian
I
brothers?
want.
Why?
I want to look you in your eyes and ask you how. What's your prediction for the Afcon final?
honestly, I've never watched one game for those of the AFCON. I just wanted to play with you. I don't know who's gonna win. I've not watched one single game. Not just because of anything, but the time difference is
Of
very,
course.
yeah, it's very bad. And also, there's no like SABC Super Sport there. It's kind of a hassle. You have to do like these VPN things. For me,
Yeah.
it's not my priority really. Like to try and watch soccer. It's like 90 minutes of waste for me. My job is to
Today,
train and rest.
today you will
We can
be in
watch the
Zambia.
highlights.
You'll be in Zambia when that match happens. Are you going to watch it?
I'm literally when I get there, I get to my hotel, I sleep. I
Come
want
on,
to sleep.
Themba. You gotta
Come
watch
on,
this, man.
it's the
I've not
final.
slept.
It's
I've not slept in the past 2 days because I
Oh
was in
wow.
my village and then I drove there. I drove back. As you can see, my eyes are red and stuff. So I've not slept in the past 2 days. So I have to get there, rest, because at the end of the day, I am not.
Body
I'm
no be firewood.
soccer does not pay my bills.
Right.
whoa,
Right.
interesting.
Right.
Themba, before we delve into soccer, right? You were talking about how confident you are about becoming UFC champion. The hard work you've put in into your career, right? But then people get to see the glory; they don't see the story, right? I'd like for you to touch a bit about your career before the UFC, your journey, in mixed martial arts. Then how did you find your way into the UFC? It's important to inspire our audience.
If you watch our interview with Themba from about 2 3 years ago when he was still in South Africa, you will get a big part of the answer to this your question. But I'll let Themba continue.
Yeah, yeah, you can watch that interview. I did it in January 2022. I
Yeah.
told you
Whoa.
I was coming off a loss that I'm going to be in the UFC after winning one fight in America, and I did it. It just happened the same way. And like, if you follow my journey, everything that has ever come out of my mouth has happened, and you will see it's already happening. Look what happened. Like, look with the whole thing with the Rock and everything that happened. Why do you think that happened? It's to enhance me and my name to get where I need to get. Because if I was gonna go through the proper channels, it was gonna take me 3 years at least to be a champion. So I'm not banking on that. I also put in the work. I already am a hard worker. Now I have these opportunities. All I have to go do is go and win, and I'm going to keep on winning. And I'm gonna use the opportunity that I have right now to make them like to make the most of this career and become the UFC Welterweight champion in this year, because that's what I want. That's the issue that is gonna happen. So it is life. I speak things into existence. I'm I think I'm protected. I'm favored, and I am very very like I'm powerful in terms of like as a person. People might look at it and be like, "Oh, I am really powerful." I think as a person because I feel like God has brought me this far to inspire a lot of people and to succeed only, and not just for me, but for many people too. My
Wow.
win is for many people, not for others, not just for me.
Wow.
I think that's
Wow.
why I'm so powerful.
Yeah, I say one thing: the grace of God is upon Themba's life. That thing I will always say. You're quite big on charity, back especially back home in Zimbabwe. So, what are like the
I don't, I,
ongoing
I don't want
projects?
to call it charity. It's not charity. I just do what I do. There's no name for
Oh,
it. I just do what I do. It makes me happy, and when I'm happy, I'm dangerous. If you call it charity, then it's like,
I have a question with regards to the things you do back home. When you were about to leave today, did your uncle cry? What was he yesterday?
yeah,
oh,
he didn't want me to leave. He was holding on to the car, so he's my uncle loves me like, yeah. He didn't want me to leave. He was delaying us the whole time. So life. What can I do? I will see. Ah, no, he's coming here. He's coming to fix his eyes. He, this week, they're all coming here. I think like 30 people. They're coming here to. Yeah, but yeah, like they're all coming here to Harare to get their eyes tested first. Then I think next week they'll come into the. Those who need the surgeries, they'll come into the surgeries. Those who need glasses, they'll get the glasses. Those who need whatever they need, but they have to do the test first. So they're coming. They're all coming this week. It's like 30 of them currently. I wish we could do more, but in my village, it's not that big. It's like very, very, very small.
Speaking about your village and that library project and the solar panels and all that, how is that coming together?
Um, so basically, when I went there yesterday, I dropped the solar panels. But the bricks are going there this week. So there's a lot of bricks, like 45,000 bricks. That's a lot of bricks. So it's this week, but I'm not going to be able to be here when they finish the thing because I didn't know it takes long. Building something takes long. They say to me after foundation, they need to wait it for 3 days or so. Then when they build the walls, they have to wait another 3 days. So I was like, then I cannot be here, but they will be doing it. It will start this week, the whole thing, the foundation, and we already checked what we want to do. And then the bricks will go there this week as well, and all the equipment. The equipment is already like going there, and yeah, once done, there's someone. You know what's funny? There's like a company that actually volunteered to do labor for free, and yeah,
Wow.
man. So just like the solar panels, someone volunteered to give this that company. They just say, "We saw what you're doing. We wanna be part of it. Can we donate our solar panels?" So far, the money that I was going to raise with my shots, I've not used any of it, and I've not sold my shots. I might have to keep my shots and sell them 4 months from now. Whenever. I'm not in a rush to do that because I already have the donations that can get this project to a level where it's needed to be done. So maybe in the next one, I will find something that I can do. I'll think of something, then I'll do with those shots. So I'm not in a rush to sell the shots.
Me, I'm thinking. I'm interested with how your thought process works, right? So, how did you just think about? You know what? I think I need to build a library. Or you know what? The library has to have a solar panel. Was this one of those ideas where when you were in a shower, or how did it come to your mind?
Yeah, for me, when I run on the road, because I don't run fast, I run to meditate and think, just to enjoy the process. So when I was running one day, I just thought to myself, I passed my high school, and I didn't have time to study at home because we didn't have electricity or lights at home, fire, and we didn't have also the what do you call it? We didn't have paraffin. It was expensive. Paraffin is expensive as much as you think it is. It is very expensive. So I literally like just thought of that, and I'm like, okay, cool. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to. I'm on a cobra. So like I literally like just thought about it. I'm like, I have to. I want to make a difference because imagine if I had lights when I get back home, I would have been a doctor or something that is very big. So I thought to myself, maybe I should do that in my village, and the people can go there and study at night, and they have the opportunity to to change their lives. Who knows, bro? We can probably have plenty doctors, plenty scientists, and maybe they will pick the world up one day at a time. This is what motivates me, trying to change lives. My life has changed already, and I'm super grateful of it. But what's important is trying to make a legacy. Legacy is created by doing things that stay forever in people's memories.
Temba, I don't know if you know this. This is likely, or I should say, certainly, the last victory was your most shortest fight in your career. You went in, finished it like that. You barely took a bruise. How quickly
No,
do
no,
you?
no. The short. In my okay, a professional career, amateur
Yeah.
career, I've had like 7 second knockouts before.
Uh, okay,
Two,
pro career. So I should say pro career. How
yeah, but
quickly do you want to get back in there?
I wanted to get back in there in April, but the UFC guys they came to me. So straight after the fight, the matchmaker came to me backstage and they told me when they want me. So I'm not getting back in April. I'll get back when they want me. It's
I
I
know,
know when
I,
I fight.
I know,
Well,
I
let's
know,
tell you.
I know. If we allow Themba to keep talking, he'll probably just tell us. But, but
Don't
I would
No,
press.
actually.
Don't
I
don't
do that
press.
because I can say that because I know who I'm fighting already.
Oh,
Probably, and I know what's happening. My friend, the UFC has invested a lot of money on me. Just know that, and I have to make sure that I go in there. They want me to be better every time I step in there, so they're not going to rush to turn around quickly. I have to be fine and go there and do my job. You understand that? They have already shot a documentary on me. They are doing it. I, I don't put it out, please, because
no.
yeah, it's live, but it is what it is. Um, they've they've bought every single fight of mine from the UFC. They've done a lot so far, and I'm only 2 fights in, 3 fights in. So that just tells you where what the company thinks of me, what they want me to be, and I'm super grateful to be in a company and promotion that actually wants me to do well. If you saw the the UFC at that fight when I fought, every single person that was in there was there for me to win. Was there to support me. The whole place, everyone was supporting me. Probably even my opponent was supporting me. That's how crazy it is.
Let me tell you. I don't know if you have gotten a chance to rewatch the fight with the live commentary. When normally the way the programming work in the UFC is when someone is making his entrance, they'll talk about this person, right? So when Pete was making his entrance, they were still talking about you. So that's how that's how this machine is trying to push
highly,
is trying to push Themba. So
highly
No,
touted.
they're not trying to push me. I also push myself. I work so hard. It's not like something that like other people. I'm not here. I don't care about, let's say, to be a like. I don't even want to put the word into. I don't want to put the word out because it's not a word that motivates me. Like people want to be superstars to be. I don't want to be. I don't care
Them,
about those things. What
Themba,
I
you
care
don't
about is
have you
winning.
don't have a choice. You've got to be. You are a superstar
You,
already. One,
you are a
two.
No, but
superstar,
Your
man.
size. You don't have a choice. It's gonna
no,
happen. You've
no,
already aligned
but
aligned yourself with the biggest brand in the whole world, which is Dwayne the Rock Johnson brand. They, there's no, you don't have
Right?
a choice. You
So,
don't
so,
have a
so, so,
choice,
so,
bro.
so
You're a
what
star.
else?
No, but what I'm trying to say to you, like, those are not things that motivate me. What motivates me for me personally is to achieve my goal that I've set long before I was in the UFC, that I'm going to be the UFC Welterweight champion one day. And now I made a choice and a decision that one day is this year. It has to be this year. And that's why I put in the work and stuff like that. And I'm lucky and fortunate enough and blessed that the promotion sees the same way with me. And they want me to go in a direction that helps me to become the champion. So I will be. I am not aware. I am going
Great.
to be
In
the first
in your
champion.
Octagon interview, you did say you were going to meet Shelby and you guys will talk about a contract renegotiation and all that. Is it safe to say that that contract has been done?
Oh no, I'm still here. I am still. I'm in Zimbabwe, but I'm getting a new contract definitely. Yeah. Yeah. I that stuff. Yeah. I don't. I don't deal with that.
Everyone doesn't want to talk about it.
You
I
Maybe
had
don't,
to
that's
man.
why.
ask.
Maybe that's why I didn't get a bonus.
To be honest, yeah, that's right. That's right. You didn't get a bonus that night,
Yeah,
which
Yeah, they were
nah,
giving me like
maybe you should have maybe you should have gone like 50 G's.
no, they're
Maybe
gonna.
that.
I mean, they're doing me right with the new contract, so it's okay. I'm happy. I'm super
Great,
happy.
great, great.
wow. Well, Themba, right? In the build up to your last fight, you had the support of literally the whole of Africa, right? So how did it feel for you? Did you at any point feel any sort of pressure in the build up to that fight? You had the likes of Isjola, this one is supporting you, for example. Themba Gorimbo. I was quite excited. Your boys from Zimbabwe as well, your gym, the antics and everything. For me, I
Yeah.
was feeling pressure on your behalf. But how did you
Uh,
feel?
there's no there's no pressure. Like the only pressure that I felt is actually not pressure. When I was about to walk out, the TV that was in front of me, they started playing the video of The Rock and me. And I was like, why are they playing this now? Uh,
Oh, no way.
then I was like, why? Then I was like, why are they doing this? But then, so I'm one of those guys that anything you do or say will be used against you. And Peachy was a cool guy for me. He's a cool guy still. And I was finding it hard to try and beat it. Like I was finding it hard for me to try and do what I wanted, what I did to him. Because even when I was walking in the bathroom earlier on that same day, I had to question myself. I'm like, are you really gonna do this? I said yes. He's getting paid. Don't worry about him. At least you made him get paid. Otherwise, he'll be sitting at home and have no money. At least he's getting paid. Just do what you set out to do. And when he walked out, um, on his walkout song, there's a part where the lyrics said, "I'm going to steal your thunder," and I took it personal straight away. I
Oh
was like,
wow.
"Okay, cool."
He Michael Jordan that shit.
No, I don't know. Maybe it was on purpose or whatsoever, but I heard that word. I'm going
Yeah.
to steal thunder, and I took it personal, and I was like, I'm going to show you. There's no thunder that you're stealing here. You are only here for me to do what I do with you. And he didn't mean to say that. It was just something I do. I do something to just make it personal so that I don't feel bad doing what I do.
You
Because
know
sometimes,
that's the I mentioned Michael Jordan. That's sort of like the MJ, the GOAT mindset. Like when if you had seen that documentary that ESPN released, Last Dance, for during the pandemic, MJ was like that person that is constantly looking for motivation. He would have a not there would be a nothing basketball game, and maybe one of the staff in the opposing team look at him funny, then he's going to hold on to onto that, and that's that's what. So in Temba's case, he was waiting
He held on to the
for his
lyrics.
turn to walk into the octagon, and he heard someone wants to steal his thunder, and he's like, yeah, that's it. You're
yeah,
not gonna see it.
because leading up to the fight, what happened is like we are managed by the same manager, and my manager was supposed to be in my corner initially. Then he called me a week before the fight, and he told me the situation. He's like, Temba, I don't want bad energy for your fight. I like this kid. Um, and I don't want people to be thinking that I'm favoring you. And obviously, me and you, our relationship is strong, and I don't want people to be thinking that. And I'm a manager, and I manage both of you guys, and I would rather step out so that you guys go out there and do your thing. And
That's a good
I said to him,
decision.
when he told me initially, actually, he said something around along the way of because I heard it wrong. I thought he's saying my opponent pulled out. Then I was broken straight away. He says to me, no, 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 the fight is on. I say, oh, okay. Um, then he explained to me, then I was happy that I'm fighting. And then when we were at the weigh-ins, Peter, I went to greet him and I said to him, hey, thank you for taking the fight just before we did the face-offs. Then he became, when I said that, before I could see like he was scared of me before. When I met him first time, he was scared of me. He couldn't look at me. He like look away, and I picked that up. So I went to him and say, "Be comfortable." And I said to him, "Hey, thank you for taking the fight." And then after that, he started opening up. He wanted to be more friendly, and then he started asking me questions. Oh, did you see Jason just before we were about to go face off? Then that's when I showed him that I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to fight. I just looked at him. I said to him, "Hey, bro, I I don't want to talk anymore." So, I mean,
How
but
about after the fight? How about
I
after
was
the
still,
fight?
oh yeah, after the fight we were cool, man. But I mean, even that, even when I tried to show him that, hey, bro, I'm not here to be your friend, because he was asking me personal questions just before we were about to go face off. He's like, hey, did you see Jason? Have you met Jason yet? I said, hey, I don't know. Like I didn't want to talk. We're not there to talk. Like at that
Yeah,
point
for
in time,
business.
it's now time to fight. So I made sure that I put him in his place. Then, but I was still finding it hard in my heart to go out there and knock him out, because I wanted to knock him out with a knee. And
Oh.
Yeah, so I was finding it very hard for me to do that because I know what it can do. Um, so I found the loophole of that part of his lyrics in the song. Then, yeah, when you step in the
I
cage,
when you said knock him out, Tini, something came to my head, right? In your manifestation, when you were manifesting the finish in your head before it actually happened, you called it you're going to get a knockout. Did the manifestation involved a right punch because you came up with a right punch,
The
or
method of victory.
yes, or were you thinking manifesting this guy is going to shoot for a takedown and then I hit him with the knee? How obviously now the fight has already happened. Is this something that you can open up and tell us, like,
I
frame
can't tell, I can't tell
frame
you
by
anything.
frame frame by frame what you thought?
I can't tell you anything because what happened happened. That's not that I hit very hard with my left. I actually hit very hard with my left and my right. I'm not right-handed. I'm left-handed, but I ride with my you know. So it's a problem for people, and they will figure it out when we step in there. And I'm not going to tell you what, how and what, because my opponents can also watch this and use it against me. Because until I'm the champion, let me keep my cards to myself. Be smart.
Interesting. Themba, your nickname. I'm quite intrigued about it. The answer. How did you come about that?
Yeah, the answer to your questions, right? Um, it's a guy that everybody doubts, and the guy that goes out there and do his job and win. So I answer your questions, your doubts, I answer them. So that's about it.
Fantastic, fantastic one. Right, I see your African brothers, support you. Easy, Kamaru. Like, what's your relationship with other African brothers in the UFC?
No, my good relationship that I have in the UFC, me and Easy were very, yeah. Um, Me and Easy talk probably, yeah, a lot more than normal. And he gives me advice. He gave me advice not to post that stuff, but I did more like put,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
interesting. But Jibril is his brother from another part of Nigeria, right?
Okay, let me
Anyway,
give people context to what Themba is talking about. So Themba initially had me in his close friends, the green circle on Instagram, and when he was in fight camp, he posted something where he was talking about first round KO, and I saw the video and I was like, first round KO. Okay, good. This is something that people might like to hear. I didn't realize that it was in the close friends, right? I assumed it was a public
sorry,
thing.
Jibril.
So
Sorry,
that's me.
Jibril. If
Let
you
me
don't
finish.
get
That's me.
evidence, if you don't get
That's
evidence, you can explain tire. Please explain.
let me explain. So, and then I put that video out. Like 1 minute later, Temba was like, "Don't take that down." That was a private thing, and obviously Temba knocked me out of his close friends. And right now, I'm in a mission to build that trust again, to get back into that close friend circle again.
Yeah,
So,
no, but to answer what's the name Ademola's question? Yeah, I've got good relationship with Easy, Oki Bolaji too, and with Usman, it's not really a relation, but me and him were at peace now. I went to him at the PA in December and I said to him, "Hey, bro, you remember what I said when I was still in Africa? When I said you're not Africa, the man to man. I'm sorry about that." And he says, "Man to man, thank you. I respect you for that. Um, that's what you do." And the other guy, nah, I'm not. The other guy, I don't like him. I'm open now.
oh, okay. We're not
No,
going to talk about that,
no
but
names.
Nah,
No names. No names.
okay.
I
Temba,
mean, you wanted the relationship with my African brothers, right? Here, I gave you the relationship I have. There's many brothers that are African that are in there, but the one that I know where he is heading with this question because I know he's come before, Ademola. So if you want to know what you
no.
want to know, don't ask me about that person on this interview because
Trust me.
that's
That is not of my own business.
no,
Jibril
because
always calls
like
me
also
the
like the
president.
whole week leading up
No,
to the fight, the interviews I do, they ask me about the person. The point where I said that
no,
you guys ask him when you see him about me when you see him. I understand he's a champion, but so what? He's going to be a champion too. Get out of here.
Anyways, Jibril, what do you always call me? President of who?
Israel Adesanya fan club.
Yeah, definitely. So if I'm the president of Easy's fan club, definitely you know I have no business with that person you're talking about. So that being said, let's talk about Dwayne the Rock Johnson, right? That guy has literally been a rock, behind you.
Hey,
So
wait,
like,
wait, 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 wait. Temba told me, I think about a couple of months ago, Temba told me Dwayne is going to be at WrestleMania, right? And I was like, nah, dude, it's gotta be Cody versus Roman, blah 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 blah. And then and then voila, just 2 weeks ago the whole internet broke. Temba made an appearance on Rock made an appearance on SmackDown, and Temba was like, I told you. So I was like, you remembered. So that's
Yeah,
another
but
thing.
I think now it has changed because of the reception of what happened. But
He's
WrestleMania
still gonna
41,
be involved in a way, or he still will be in
not because
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania 41 is a long game, Um,
Yeah, but he will still be at WrestleMania 40 by maybe, I don't know. He will do
but
something. Well,
you must also remember, he brings eyes to the table, whatever
oh,
he does.
definitely.
So he also is the boss, is the director. So everything that he does is the best of the company, whether it's UFC or it's at WWE. So you must understand that he
Just
will. It's one of his businesses, and now he has to make sure that they do well. So that's how life works.
just so you guys know, Dwayne the Rock Johnson is now Dana White's boss, because he's part of the board members of TKO, which is the
TKO.
big company under where UFC is under. So, Temba's friend, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, is Dana White's boss. I say again. So, with that
Why
being
are you
said,
like this?
Temba, are you going to be in WrestleMania in Philadelphia this year?
Yeah, but I'm in camp. Yeah,
Mm,
I I'm in
something
camp.
is cooking.
I don't know, but I'm in camp that time. It's even him. He won't be proud of me if I go and try to for entertainment sake. I wanted to, but I'm in camp that time. So and it's like literally, I think it's when is the WrestleMania?
Yeah, WrestleMania is in April.
When?
I think April 20 something.
Oh no, that's too close to my fight. I'm not gonna do that.
But you have started telling us small, small. Oh. You are telling us small,
No.
small. So
What is the time now? What is the time on your phone?
the time is 3:43. I don't know what time it is in your.
All right, I'm boarding in 15 minutes, so we can talk a little.
Oh, whoa. Interesting, interesting. So,
All right,
any last minute
Demola,
questions for Themba?
you should start wrapping up with your final questions, please, Demola.
Okay. So, if you have any final questions for him, right? Okay, Themba, advice to the younger generation, right? Because for me, I'm very big on inspiration to young up and coming people. So, what advice do you have for young people, fighters, and even young people not into fighting? What advice do you have for them?
The biggest advice I'll give is to work hard. Firstly, believe in God, pray to God. Secondly, I mean, in this game, if you don't pray, bro, you can get swallowed by this game. This game is so evil. Sometimes, it can take you and swallow you. The people in this game, you like for me, my biggest thing is like now where I am in life. I'm like very, very spiritual as a person. I do a dirty game that is fighting, but like try to pray to God so that you can get the right guidance to get where you want to get, and then work extremely hard because God does help who helps themselves, and that's my biggest advice. And you know, yeah, like those are the main two things that you must do. Firstly, like as a fighter, and then the next thing that you need to do is to be able to communicate. Tell a story for yourself. Don't let people tell the story for you. That's something that I'm fortunate enough to have been able to do since my EFC days. Even since before when I was still an amateur. I'm not shy. I'm not a guy that is shy to go out there and kind of embarrass themselves by telling their story because some people have good great stories, but they're embarrassed to say that they're coming from very poor background because they want to fit into a certain culture, to fit into a certain trend, And for me, I don't care. Like even people are judging. Listen, now when I'm posting my angle, people are like, "Oh, buy him clothes. Why you not buying him clothes?" People don't know nothing, but that's exactly how people live where I live, and why must I hide it? That's how people live there, and it's not like he does not have clothes. They've got plenty clothes, but the clothes are only for Christmas, New Year, and on Easter. So you don't know exactly what's important to us, and people just want to judge. And yeah,
Wow, interesting. See, I have a question for you from David Feldman, BKFC president, right? He says, if you could change one thing in the world to make the world a better place, what would that thing be?
what are you asking me about EFC?
No, 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 no. David Feldman was my last guest, right? And the last
Who?
guest usually leaves a question for the next guest. David Feldman,
So
president of Bare
so
Knuckle Fighting Championship.
Oh,
Yeah, so he left a question for you to answer. And he says, if you can change one thing in the world to make it a better place, what would that thing be?
I would prefer people to be themselves, not to hide behind. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I'm doing what I can. I don't know. I don't know.
Wow,
I I don't
interesting.
know. I'm honest. I don't know because I don't know what you really mean by that.
So, would you like people to be honest? If that's just one thing you can change, yeah, let them
Yeah,
be your
I
choice.
prefer people to be themselves. So like for me, I'm not a nice guy, and I'm nice to who is nice to me, and I'm not nice to like I don't have to hide behind a lot of people, bro. Like especially in this MMA game, I it's but anyway,
Interested. So would you like to leave your question for the next person to answer?
who's the next guest?
That is not certain right now because scheduling issues. So I
Who?
really can't tell. I said I really can't tell who the next person is going to be. So
Yeah, but I don't
due to
want to be
scheduling.
associated. I don't want to be associated with some people, so I'm not going to leave a question if you don't know the person.
Oh, okay, okay.
No,
I'll
because
give you that.
like for me, it's not against people, but what about if you get someone else? I don't want people to be. Nah, bro.
The person is not okay. I can assure you the next person is not going to be within fight and the fight world.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I would rather keep my words and focus on me and you.
Okay, okay, fantastic, fantastic, fantastic one.
Bless you,
Jibril,
bro.
Jibril,
okay.
any last questions for him?
Themba the answer Gorimbo. I've got one for you before you
Cinderella
go
man.
you go board your flight. When it's all said and done as an MMA fighter, what do you want your legacy to be?
You'll see. It's not far. It's soon.
Like your career when your career is done, right?
My
As a
brother, I
fighter.
want to tell you something. Fighting is not something that makes me as a person. I'm gonna do great things beyond fighting. Um, my career in fighting is setting me up for what is to come. My legacy in fighting, I'm gonna be one of the legends of African MMA and inspire a lot of kids from Africa. The African kids that like now what I'm doing. I'm going to Zambia to see my boys. I'm seeing that Nigerian boy, and
Ah, born to win.
yeah, I'm going. Yes, I'm going to Zambia. I'm literally flying there today and flying back tomorrow, just to go see them because this is the only time I have time. But and give them that energy. When they see me, they're like, okay, last week we were seeing him knocking people out. He's here today. Maybe they will take energy from that, bro. And
Fantastic.
that's what you wanna do. And for me, my career is going to go past fighting. It's already set, and fighting is just a tool to get where I want to get. Becoming a champion is a tool of what's to come, and it's a tool that is already happening. And yeah, my legacy is gonna be bigger than just fighting, my friend. It's gonna be something that is probably gonna be one of the greatest stories to be ever told in MMA history, ever.
Not just MMA thing, but your story is crazy. Your
No, but that's
story,
what I'm saying.
your life
Massive.
story is a Hollywood movie, bro. And I feel like we have not gotten halfway there yet because there's still more chapters to go. And
Your documentary is in the making.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh
but
yeah.
I make these chapters daily, and I make sure I document them when I do so. I post
Great.
everything. After the fight, I post everything. Then it stays, and then when the time is right, when the time comes, it's not hard to come back and just look at things and be like, "Oh, you remember?" Then I know exactly the feeling that I had in that time and moment as a person, and I'll just explain it the way I want to. And yeah, man, it's going to be a blessing when this story is said and done.
All right,
Interesting.
all right.
Themba, for
That's
me,
it. That's it
very
from me.
lastly,
Thank you very much. Go
very
ahead.
lastly, do you have anybody you want to give a shout out to before you
I
go?
want to give a shout out to who? I mean, the shout out I would give is to anyone out there that is trying to chase their dream, not chase, that is going after their dreams truly with their heart and with their passion and with the energy that is needed. And also to the genuine ones, not those that try to fit in, the real ones that really want to go out there and be something, not for the world, but for themselves, without fear of being judged.
All right,
Thank you very
all right.
much. Thank you
Thank you
very much.
very
Really appreciate
much.
you.
Thank you, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have heard
God
it.
bless
It
Themba.
was Themba the Answer Gorimbo live from the Harare International Airport on his way to Zambia.
Hey, it's not
Uh,
Harare International Airport, it's Robert Mugabe International Airport.
oh,
Whoa. Thank you for the correction.
Robert Mugabe International Airport. I stand corrected, and he's going to be going to Zambia. Shout out to those boys out there in Zambia, born to win. Looking forward to seeing how their career is going to be. I hope Themba being there would uplift them as it always does. Again, Demola, thanks for having me here. It's been a pleasure, and yeah.
Was this live on YouTube now?
Oh no
No,
no
this
no,
is
it's recorded.
recorded.
Oh, it's pre-recorded. Okay, that's good.
Yeah. Themba,
Yeah.
don't be afraid. Cheers, brother.
Yeah,
God
but
bless
bless
you,
you,
brother.
bro.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
It's gonna be
Bye.
a lot of fun. You must look forward to this year, bro. Like I'm fighting in when? If you stop recording,
Stop